Hey everybody, welcome back to Scald. My name is Joel and today we're continuing our walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. In this walkthrough we will be going through the first part of Lothric Castle, and we're starting at the beginning of the game proper at High Wall of Lothric. So let's just teleport there now. High Wall of Lothric. So this is kind of the starter area for the main game. Combat actually start, dying from regular enemies. I'm not sure you can die in the regular cemetery. But yeah. So just when you get here, take it in, look at the visuals. It's a beautiful castle. One thing that I noticed when I first got here. If you see in that window down there, there's a speck of blue. That's actually a boss called the Dancer of the Boreal Valley that you fight later on. And not many people notice that. It's a very, very small detail that's really hard to notice, but I did check, and you actually, that blue spark isn't there later in the game once you defeat her. So, just go around. I advise not going that way at first. I mean, you can. There's a couple of pretty difficult enemies over there that I usually save till my second trip around. But this is the way you want to go first. All these enemies will rise, so the ones that are already standing up. And up here we have an enemy who's holding a lantern. It throws all the enemies in the area, and so you'll have to deal with a couple of them at once, so kill him as fast as you can. Right here we have a staircase that leads upward. There's another enemy over here with another lantern. And he takes all three of these guys, so you can just kill them down, so it makes it a lot easier. Shield guys are a touch tougher than the others. Here you're going to want to watch out for the guy who's ambush, shield, whatever, it's not and then here you got the binoculars, which you can equip. If you want to get a closer look at the dancer, you can go back to do that. There's not much to see, it's just kind of a blue glow that you see in the window. So right here, a good way to do this to not take fall damage, because you will, is you want to land right on the side, but make sure you don't actually fall off. And then you can drop down, and you get 2 gold pine rescues, which will come in incredibly So, go around, kill these guys. There's fire bombs here again, those will come in handy. Unless you have a long weapon, it's probably better to just wait for them to attack you first. So they have pretty quick attacks. And that'll prevent you from getting hit if you just kind of carry your shield up. Having a 100% block on the shield next areas like this is really easy. Right here, you kind of have a crossroads. If you go up, as you can see, there's a lot of them right there, so you could try to go past them, but if you go up, out. It's not curled around, it's in front of it. That signals that this is a mimic. So if I were to open it, the mimic would come out, bite me, probably kill me at this level. Mimics are tough enemies, so don't try to engage one if you don't think it's worth it. The one in this is a battle axe, which I won't be using, but just to show you how tough they are, I will attempt to defeat it. See, it's a very large health. Those grabs will instant kill you, so wow. You know what I mean? Now if you button mash all the buttons, which I managed to do, you can get out of the grab faster, and that will a lot of times prevent you from So obviously with the grab attack, straight that you can cut it, so you can actually trap you, so always roll with these kind of attacks. They're pretty predictable, so you can see. And this one's not too tough, even though the level for killing him does give you the deep battle axe, which we don't have. Deep battle axe probably does more damage than my weapon right now. Its moveset is more based on a heavy strength. Actually, apparently it doesn't scale with anything, probably because it's a dark infusion. So it does do more, it does do dark damage, but and here we have to kill for it. That's a chance to pull out an attack. They did not aggro and then you have to block at night, and you really want to watch out for one of the tougher enemies in the game. You're going to want to go for either blocking his attack, I wouldn't even say blocking his attack. It does that stand guard break. And you can block some of the attacks, you can easily backstab off. Later, well, at my level I can usually parry them. It's not too hard to parry these sword and shield ones. The other types are but this sword and shield ones not so much. So you can do that if you feel confident in their abilities. And then as you come in here, I gotta hold your shield up because there's an assassin who will attempt to hit you. You can use backstab. And then if you head right up here, you have the next bonfire. You can light that, and then if you run around this corner, you will have another Painite shard to use. And if you have gotten the first one in the 10 graves, that means you have 2 and can level up the weapon. Oh, I see we have a person here. I will probably not summon this person. I might summon a couple of them. For boss fights, just to show you kind of the mechanics of it. Oh, I did forget to tell you in the last episode, by the way, to be summoned by people, which I do not have, you will need a white soapstone, which you can get from the lady, the merchant in the Fireland Shrine. She will give that, and then you can engage in jolly cooperation with in other people's worlds. You can summon people without me, but if you want to, get souls from helping other people, then yeah, grab that. It's only 500 souls, so you can get it in the beginning if you would want it. Okay, so we're actually going to come back there. You can fall down there, and there's a couple of enemies down there that you can just kill. I'm going to come back here after a little bit, instead of going straight down there, for reasons I'll explain in a little bit. But first, before you do anything, this guy, he'll aggro on you. You'll have to hold the guys. And then I'm going to pull out the fire bombs and put those to my bar for the next upcoming enemy. Now this enemy, you can do two things with it. You can either kill it before it transforms, or you can wait till it transforms. If you wait till it transforms, it's a very tough fight, but he will drop an Ember and a Titanite Shard, which I need for my character. If you do not wait and kill him immediately, he will die fast, but will drop nothing. So he's going to be one of those guys out there. I can see him, I know which one he is, and he'll figure it out in a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to aggro hit him. I pull out my fire bombs because it's firebomb. A couple fireballs. And since his movements are pretty difficult to predict, he probably will at one point or another hit you. So, go over here, there's a Titanite Lizard. I think this is the first Titanite Lizard you see. He cannot fall off, so that's a good thing. But you can, so watch out. Do a couple of well-placed hits, try not to get close to the edge, or your hits will take you off and you get a raw gem. And that's a large miss. What raw gems do is it basically maximizes the natural damage of your weapon without any scaling benefits. So, for instance, this is well, actually, this isn't but my Broken Straight Sword, it would probably take its damage up to around 100, but it would take away that +7 in any scaling it would have. So for the Broken Straight Sword, it would be pretty good. Now, say you have a high dex or high strength for the long sword, using the raw gem would take it to maybe 130, 140, something around that area, but it would take away any plus that you would have. So if you have a dex of 30 and you're getting a plus like 50 damage on it on the straight sword, then it's not going to be worth it. So it's kind of better for beginning levels. I'm not going to use it. I don't particularly care for it as a what is it? Modifier. Kill that guy and then yeah, I predict because sometimes I can do that. If you want a shortcut, you can go down this, and that will lead you really quickly to the next area. I'm not going to get that because there's some items up ahead I want. I advise against doing that if you want to get some items up ahead. And some of the ones that are really helpful, including one of the ones I'm going to be using for this run. This one doesn't alert everybody in the area for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I kill the archer first because you tend to get hit if you don't kill the archer. If you go after this, ooh, that was a huge leg spike. If you go after this guy first, you tend to get hit by the archer. Just happened. So kill the archer, turn around, block. And then there was an assassin here, which I killed. And sometimes, I haven't figured this mechanic out, but sometimes there's a guy hanging here. And he'll sneak up on you if you try to grab this without hitting him. So I'd go over there and do that. You can see his arms, so you can see if he's there or not. Whoa. Twice I went through that door and it was just a massive leg spike. And then over here, there is a guy right there, you can see him. So as soon as you break the spot, you get up. But this is an incredibly useful item for dealing with mimics. If you use a Undead Hunter's Charm, and the Undead Hunter's Charm prevents Estus recovery in a limited area. And I don't know how this applies to mimics, but for some reason, if you throw one of these at a mimic while it's sleeping, it will yawn and open its mouth, and it'll just be sleeping, and then you can just grab the item out of its mouth with no fear of the mimic aggroing to you. And it makes mimics super easy. You don't want to actually go through the process of dealing with them. Now these guys, the Lothric shield guys, I have a lot of tough times with them. A good thing to do here, usually, it's not really working out for me, but yeah, you provoke that attack, and you still approach that, and then let's see if I can do this right. Do that, weapon art, and then you go with crit cost, and then ooh, I thought it was but let's see. So if you kind of get used to their timing, sometimes they can be annoying and just keep shield bashing you. But if you get used to their timings, they're not too bad. So this is always a risky maneuver, but it's something I just enjoy doing. If you can pull it off, it's just really satisfying. So there is a guy that comes from an archway right there. So what I do is I run forward, he follows me in, and then you go back, just kind of out. And so here's the weapon I'm going to use. The majority, if not all of my run, is the broadsword. Broadsword is shorter than the longsword and has a slightly different moveset. It doesn't do a poke attack. It does do more damage. It has slightly less reach. It does overall more damage. And the swings are just a tiny bit faster, I believe. I don't know if it uses more stamina, however. And then you can break through those, go over here, and then you'll grab this green blossom, which I don't use usually. Oh, also, I might come back down here just to show you guys, but there is another area right there you can go. I'm gonna deal with some stuff over here first. There it is again. I'm gonna again equip my bombs. I tend to keep them unequipped just because I like my Estus. There's a ton of lag. I'm not sure what's going on with my game. This one you can see by the chain is called back. It is not a mimic, so you can do this one safely. Grab this, and that's a Silver Eagle Kite Shield. It's another 100% block shield, but it's weapon art instead of being able to parry. It lets you go right to your weapon art, so it'll basically do this real quick. And let you do your weapon art instantly. So it is helpful. I prefer a parry. And then you can see down there, there's just a horde of things that will probably kill you if you don't take them down one at a time. The barrels there are explosive, and I just killed. Oh, I thought I killed the dog too, but I just killed that guy with one shot with my firebomb. Kill the other one pretty easily, and then the axe guy's all on his lonesome, so let's go. Actually, before I go and kill him. Ooh, more lag. I feel like it's whenever I go through doorways. Yeah, it's whenever I go through doorways, there's just a ton of lag. What is this? Huh. Very odd. I think my computer's just glitching up inside. I again apologize. Anyways, so we go to the area we did before where we got the green block. We jump down here. We land here. And there's another thing. This is not a mimic, as you can see by the chain. You grab this. This is the Astora straight sword. This straight sword, I believe, scales with faith. Yes. And it's decent. I mean, all straight swords in this game, for the most part, are pretty good. That's definitely no exception. So it's good for a faith build. If you're doing a faith build, I recommend it 100%. So normally I would try to plunge attack that guy. You can also parry this guy's attack. It's kind of risky. Some of his attacks I blow most of his normal swings, but if he does a jump attack, for some reason I find that useful. Dog here, nice, and then we have the cell key. And this cell key is where we are going to backtrack a little bit to an area where I'll do that. I have to do that in a little bit. I'm gonna get down here first. So we grabbed another Estus shard, so that's another Estus blast, and we also grabbed another Titan shard. So it's definitely worth coming this way if you can deal with it. I got my weapon that I'm going to use for my game. I got an Estus shard, I got the cell key. I got another archway that's totally good to know. Another back for show. And down there, make a note, we got the angel, the rotund fat angel. That's definitely a tough enemy. One I usually don't even try to mess with. I usually let him just go past. I will be fighting him just to show you what kind of enemy he is. And he's another one that will appear as a more difficult enemy later in game. Once you attack that guy, you can kill him. You can grab the rapier. Rapier is it's a rapier, obviously, but it has thrust attacks pretty much, and it also has a crit of 130, which I think the only other weapon that has a crit of 130 is the dagger. As you can see, this is extremely tough enemy. That one attack, it will destroy your stamina. You will get hit. I only got hit by the last hit from it. That attack can backstab, and that's a ridiculous attack. Tracking very far. Don't believe it does a ton of damage, but the way to go with those guys is backstabs. If you can, they leave themselves wide open. Rolling their attacks instead of strafing is your best bet, because some of their attacks have kind of bogus hitboxes. Oh man, yeah, every archway is better. So here we got that guy, and from here we're going back up. And this was a place where you would have come if you had decided to take the shortcut. As you can see, it would have skipped a lot of the knights. Apparently we didn't kill some of them. I'm not sure why he's here. I'll take that. And you can see that's where we just were. But I'm gonna go all the way back to past where we fought the slime. I think they're called I can't remember. Something parasites or slime of blood or something like that. And again, I apologize for all the lag and frame drop I'm receiving. I'm not exactly sure why my computer is having such difficulty playing this game today. So, two ways you can get down there. One, you can get down there by dropping onto those crates. And then there's a guy right there. I'm going to try to avoid taking damage by taking the ladder down. And the only guy down here right now is this guy. And this guy is fun to parry if you know his parry. Pretty hard, not as hard as the axe guy, but no hard. Now this next room, you do not want to dawdle. You want to run pretty much straight through to the guy at the other end of the room. If you stop by the barrels, you will get totally destroyed. As you can see, this guy's going to try to so usually there's a guy standing right here, and he throws a firebomb at you as you try to enter the room. I'm not exactly sure where he is. I think he actually might have been that guy who was up there, just wandering around. I'm not sure why he did that. It must have... Ooh. Oh no, more lag. That. Yeah, I'm not sure where exactly he is. Yeah, but anyways, when you're going through that room, basically be careful. Ooh. And now the lag's getting so bad it's freezing my game. Let's see. Yeah, it's like loading a new area is tough one. Going through that area is very dangerous, so just watch out for that guy. And then the reason we came down here is because we now have the cell key. And we can now talk to this guy. This gentleman, his name is Grey Rat. He's another merchant.
You're from far away. And
If you
judging
come
by
down
the
here, you
bell,
can talk. I
you
don't even know
must
if
be
you can
some
talk.
of that
You don't
unkindled
have the key,
ash.
but anyways, you need the key to get in here, which is why we
Remarkable.
come down here before.
If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town, not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then? Huh? Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Grey Rat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
He goes back to Fireland Shrine and he gives us the blue ring to give to Loretta in the next area. The blue ring, what this does is the blue tier stone ring increases damage absorption when HP is low. I usually don't keep this on, but if you are doing a high damage run, I suppose you could say, where you're trying to get in red tier stone ring range, which is it increases the amount of attack damage you inflict at low damage. Then the blue ring is kind of useful because you're trying to be down at that damage. Usually, though, by the time you're that low, most things will 1 or 2 hit you, so it's more for quick insurance thing. Before we get out of here, I do want to mention this gate, as you can see, is locked. Later, another NPC will give us a key to get down there, and we will fight an enemy for an item. But right now, we cannot do that. So let's continue onward. If you wanted to, you could save at the bonfire at this point. I'm not going to. It's not worth it for me. As most of my enemies are killed already, so I can just run through this area. Another way you could get down there is if you... Where is it? There are ways you can drop down here where you will safely survive, I believe. I'm not going to do that. Wait, I can just take a shortcut. Okay, and we are back in this area. So, that was the way to the shortcut. The next area you're going to go into is this area right here. A little bit more lag through the archways. So first go over here, deal with the archer first, and then turn around and this guy's failed attack. If he's stupid enough to do what he just did. Go up these stairs, and you can grab this item here, it's a soul. And then if you're good at parkour, you can do it at a very right moment, get a lot of leg, and then you can grab the Ring of Sacrifice. The Ring of Sacrifice, if you die while wearing it, the ring shatters, but you do not lose any of the souls. So if you have 100,000 souls and you know you're going into a very tough area, then having the Ring of Sacrifice will, boost your confidence a little bit, and you will not lose all of those souls and have to go retrieve them. If you turn around, you get 3 blocks, and then if you go this guy, if you want to, or you can just run him off, because he's attack that guy, but those guys aren't too hard, especially if they come at you one at a time like they did. And then you can always carefully step on this. Basically this direction. Throwing knives, which do scale with your dexterity. I'm not sure if they scale with your strength, but they will inflict more damage the higher level you go. as soon as he's out that way. Hold on. Provoke a backstab. These guys get backstab a lot of damage in this game, so it's a way to go. Grab this, and as you can see, as we get closer, this guy wakes up. Show him the arrow of his ways, and up the stairs. Here we have a couple of dogs. Also, you don't want to watch your back, as you can see an archer trying to snipe you. So I'm gonna go take care of that archer before I proceed any further. But as you can see, we have circled all the way around, and this is the original bonfire where we're at. And there are also a lot of times where you might summon probably. I try to make a habit of summoning one person for each fight. Make it a little more interesting. I'm getting a little wrecked. Yes, these dogs. This guy with so little Estus, but I'm kind of forced to. As you can see up here, there doesn't look like any dangers, obviously the archer, but as you approach the archer, you'll notice that this guy gets up and so that's when I try to hit him instead of bombs. It's like 5 or 6 seconds, not too long. And then here you also get a long move. So with his death, we have 6 Titanite shards, and that's enough to level up our weapon twice, which I will be doing now. As well, I also have another Estus flask that I can use. I probably have 2 or 3 level ups. All this right now. I'm gonna prioritize the weapon level ups, because I want to have enough souls to make sure I can do that, although it's not too expensive. So, broadsword twice, and now I'm putting out a significant amount more damage than it was. The broadsword is a fairly decent weapon. It's very widely used, especially by invaders, as you have like a lot of faith, or you have like a lightning infusion or something like that. It does do a lot of damage very, very quickly. And so for invaders.
Very well.
That's not my intent using it, but it's a good weapon all around. It's so quick. It gets around a lot of bosses' defenses. And can attack them really fast. I'm gonna put more into vigor this time, because I want to get it at least to 19 or 20 for a later part of the game, which I will do that vigor.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Also, we have Grey Rat has joined the party down here. You can talk to him.
Don't ask me.
He says basically I stole a lot of stuff. You can sell stuff to him as well. Purchase item. He has unique items. So you know, look through his wares, see what you have. If you want a crossbow, he's got to go too. Crossbow. I'm also going, before I leave, I'm going to purchase from this lady a white soapstone. I'm also going to purchase a torch, because in a couple areas later in the game, a torch is extremely helpful for covered in maggots and bleeding out. But that's something we'll get to. So make sure you go back to High Wall and Lothric, not the other place, even though the other place is later. Okay, so remember to go this way. What you want to do is go here and kill this archer. Where's the archer? Where's everyone? That guy's down there. Oh, I guess we just had some problems running in. It's always the dogs, I tell you. But a good way to go, or to get down fast, is here. Dodge that guy's attack, which almost did. May fall off if you're lucky. Well, yeah, I was lucky. Sometimes falls off and kills himself. I'm gonna run past these people and stuff's like. I believe one or two of them may follow me, if that's alright. This guy. I was gonna say before he shot him up. My arm on the wall. Getting kind of lucky here with all these attack dodges. So here, the next part. So this guy right here, Lion Knight Albert, this is an NPC, not a player. So he will be available offline. He's a very good distraction for these knights. I'm not going to summon him. He comes back later as an enemy in which you have to kill, a one-time kill enemy. So I'm going to draw this guy off a little bit. If you do that, you have to kill them very quickly, because these guys will. I'm missing all of them. It really is very easy to parry. They're not. I'm not sure why this guy is. I think it's like mine. There we go. He does get parried hard. And if we're lucky, I probably won't use it, but if you're lucky, he'll drop his Lothric Knight Straight Sword. That is one of the best weapons to be very tough. Having troubles here apparently. So much lag on my screen, it's making me mess up quite a bit. So go in, you can talk to Emma.
I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle.
She'll blab is on.
Allow me to speak.
This is also the window where I
You
said
will
you
not
could
find
see
the Lords of Cinder
the
here.
boss.
They have left,
Dancer of the Royal
gone.
Valley.
To their
Obviously
journey
she's not
homes,
there
head
now, but for
forge
some
on
reason
through
you
the
can see her
great
from the
gate
outside.
and rape.
She gives you lots of small manor. And
This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels.
So you are given the Way of the Blue, which you can equip right here at your covenant. And if you do that, I'll put it on. Why not? If you do that, then if you get invaded, there's a good chance that other players will come into your world to help you automatically, so you won't have to summon anybody, and then they'll leave when they deal with the dogs. I wouldn't be surprised if I died here. I'm probably gonna have to go back and see the box. This this one, as you can see, has red eyes. It's also, instead of the normal red, it's a much tougher. Ooh, that was good. But I managed to. Yes, definitely gonna have to. But anyways, killing him gives you a guaranteed drop of a refined gem, which is why I did kill him. A refined gem scales both your strength and dex up. Not as much as sharp or heavy gems, which heavy does strength and sharp does dex specifically, but refined will do both. And it is probably stayed there a little too long. Refined will do both. It is a very good one. It's what I call a quality build, is like both your strength and dex and 40. That's probably the build that I am going to do this character. There is a chance that we might not even survive egg rooms. No, we're not even. But I think now is a good time to summon a person, since we have one here. We are going to summon. Not Somalia. Well, Fodex. I trust in this player's ability. This player's naked ability. So sometimes summoning can take a while, sometimes it's short. It might not even work, it depends. Apparently my computer's been having a lot of issues, so... Oh, it works. Just wave at her, say hello. Ooh, she's using a dark hand, so this is one that was in a late game. I'm not even sure if she's playing. Are you playing? She's playing. Okay. Let's do that. We can I'm not sure if she's following. I'm not sure if she's going the other direction. I'm not sure if she's going. I'm not sure if she's going. Getting tons of souls. Where? And that leg. There she is. I have a feeling that this summon is experiencing a lot of lag in my world, so there are good odds that she's going to die. I'm not even sure what she's doing. I'm assuming it's a she for some reason. Is the character she? Yeah, definitely. There we go. Character is a she. That's why I don't jump off. Oh, hi, buddy. This person obviously knows what they're doing. They're just... Oh yes, I almost forgot. Normally I would try to fight this invader. He's obviously trying to get enemies on his side. He's taking advantage of hope. Yeah. Sometimes the best thing to do against these invaders is run from them. Especially if you're chasing them. But he's running. Oh, the leg. Oh, the leg is messing me. Oh, Titanite shard. I'm actually glad I got that. Oh. Dead already? There we go. And that's how you deal with an invader, with a gang squad. Obviously, that would be a little more difficult. I'm not sure if it would even be more difficult alone. It would just be harder to do. It would be easier if I didn't have my computer lagging every couple of seconds. I'm gonna need to upgrade this and try to fix the problem. After we're done this video, I will do that. We did miss another Lothric knight that was in the area, and he's guarding a weapon known as the Lothric, which is a combination of a hammer, a halberd, and a spear. So it's a very versatile weapon. On Yorm specifically, it takes a little bit for the phantoms to actually get in. I'm not gonna walk right once they put it down. Yorm's not too large, very predictable. There's a lot of stuff that does. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the bars, but why work? Well, I didn't know that showcase a lot of his moves, but that's the helpful part about some people. Sometimes they destroy everything. In the second phase, anyways, you'll have I been saying Fort? He does an attack where he runs 3 times and charges at you 3 times. They're pretty easy to roll, and afterwards you can punish him heavily for his charges. And that's a very good way to kill him. Again, I apologize for not being able to showcase his abilities. I probably will not be summoning. Actually, I definitely will not be summoning people for every single fight. That one I just wanted to kind of showcase the power of having a summon, and I guess I did that rather well. But that's I'm gonna end it here. That was the Lothric wall, or the high wall of Lothric area. So if you guys liked what you saw, then please leave a like. You can subscribe and hit the notification bell if you guys want to see more. You can comment below if there's anything in the game that you actually want me to do or get, and I will do it to the best of my ability. And with that, we are going to leave it here, so thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next episode. See you later. Peace out.